I'll walk all of the miles you want me to walk.
We probably started the business about 18 months ago. We started because Nadine had this great idea that we needed to come up with a more sustainable way to help the kids get into their wetsuits. They were using plastic bags.
We started to look for other ways, and I honestly wouldn't have thought of a sail material, but Lucy said, we've got to use sail materials. And she went to one of our local sail makers just down here in Brookvale, and came up with using this fantastic spinnaker cloth, which is super strong and it doesn't break. By working with these sail companies on the northern beaches, we're actually collecting waste. So we collect the waste, we hand cut everything, and we're making it into an alternative for plastic bags, which is fantastic. And I think it's really important when we're talking about waste or any matter that everybody as an individual can make a difference. I've been in climate change from when climate change was being debated and people were saying it wasn't real. And I worked for an organisation where we worked with really large companies and we were trying to help them understand how saving energy could make a difference. So I've been there at the beginning when people went, oh, this is not true, this is not worth it. And I'd be trying to convince our very, very large companies that yes, saving energy is worth it. And so I knew that when we started Surf Sock, we were probably a little bit too early. The understanding of plastic pollution and what it was doing to the world was really not there yet. But we've seen it come a long way. We've seen the surfing community change a lot, and people now they're really understanding it and they're making changes, which is great. So it might seem like a really small step, but I think every step is the right one.
So we started making Surf Sock for that reason. And so we were working away on our great idea, and we realised that if we were to really take it anywhere, we were going to need a capital injection. We looked online and found a great program called Dream Starter, which is run by ING. And to our great surprise and delight, we were chosen out of apparently 1,000 applications. So we had 20 grand to get us off my back veranda, where we had been cutting and sewing. And so we started making our first surf socks that looked a little bit like this. We sort of thought it was a good idea maybe to have them rounded to help them get into a wetsuit, but realised that it was really unnecessary to go to all that trouble, and we could easily make them rectangular. They're so soft and so slippery. It's just much easier to make them like this and just as effective.
So it's just fantastic that we have these sail companies who do an amazing job actually cutting their sails, but there's always going to be leftover material. So we work with Dimensions Polyant in Brookvale and Scott Sails down here in Manly Vale and Contender in Mona Vale. And they're so thrilled to be able to take the waste and to give it to us. It really means a lot to them. They even have boxes they put aside so we can go in and collect that waste material. So they're part of the story. And it's great that we can work with all these local businesses and support each other, and everyone can do their bit to support Australian manufacturing and to hopefully prevent some plastic pollution along the way.
But that expression that I don't know, it's sort of baby steps, or we all need to do our little bit, and together we can make a difference. On our own we can't make a difference, but if we all do our little bit, and this is our little bit, and if that is something that people can see by looking at our business, well, that's really good.